So yeah, let's start this hunt. Anyway, this is really fun, and even a bit of context. I was planning to watch this like ages ago, but then I was like, maybe not. But slowly was like, yeah, sure, why not? Everyone talks about Hunter x Hunter as really good. There's a lot of like talks about specific characters. And like, okay, take this all off. Let's watch it. So it was so cool, and there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So, yeah, I knew there was gonna be a lot of spoilers. This is gonna be a 10-minute video. And we're already 30 seconds in, and it's just straight into spoilers. So you have separate arcs. You have the first arc, which is sort of the licensing exams to be a hunter of sorts. Because that's how the world works. They're trained to be hunters. You have to have license. You get a bunch of things. And I like it. And I like the idea that you have different types of, like, through you learn about the different ones, which I really like. The only sad thing is, spoilers for a bit in the future, 54321. One thing that happens is that this character here doesn't get his license. Technicalities, it's really interesting, and there's somewhat of a control thing, and it's really messed up. But when he goes back again, it's like, oh, well, test done. I'm like, I wanted to see another one. Shut up. I know I would waste more time, and it was just him doing the hunter's license. All the other three get their hunter's license in the first one. It's just, I still would have wanted to see it again. That would have been fun. But the next arc is going to his house and sort of talking to him, which I also like. I also like the little trick, 54321, with the coin that they did, chucking up and doing that, is so insane. And the way that they like show how he actually did it is so fun. Going on to the next one, you deal with the training, learning about Nem, and learning about this is the actual, like, figuring out, like, oh, you are actually it. Because figuring out this sort of, like, system is really interesting. It gets insane powers later on. But that is fun and really interesting. And the tower is so absolutely amazing. Again, this is all fun, and there's so many moments that I like. They're definitely starting to, because they talk about it, but then seeing the spiders is absolutely fun and absolutely interesting. And that's one of the things that I absolutely love, that sort of thing. And then coming in with this heist and all of this stuff, even though we're not wanting them to win. I like heist, shut up. It's really good. And then that goes into sort of like this video game. It gets introduced 54321 as a video game, but then you realize they're teleporting you to another place, which is really fun to think about. Like, it's a video game. Remember, wait, you wouldn't need to teleport our bodies if it was a video game. So that's really interesting and exciting. So, like, it is a video game, but rather than being digital, it's fully in another place, which I absolutely love. And one of the things I love about this arc is the dodgeball fight. That was so interesting and so exciting. So, yeah. Then that goes into the next one, which deals with the bugs. And that one was sort of the one that sort of like, besides one small thing at the end, sort of had the most of it. Because it dealt with going in initially, going out, training with two other people, who I liked one of the powers where if he, 54321, punches someone, it gives interest, and if you oversee that, you can't use Nem, which is so fascinating and so interesting as an idea. Also, I like the idea that he looks, I bet like a dog comes, oh, a dog! It's like super aggressive, and that I'm not against that. Again, I've watched And I've watched Nicobe's playthrough and love Persona 4, which has a similar idea. I always forget his name. Kanji, I think it is. Let me just look it up. It has a similar idea with that, where he sort of does that sort of type of thing. Ooh. Persona. No, it's not Persona 4, it's Persona 5. I don't think they should. Oh no, it is Persona 4. I'm going legitimately crazy. Yeah, Persona 4 doesn't need a remake. I just never going to make a remake of it. Persona 4 Victors. You say we should Kanji. I probably butchered that. So you deal with that, and then you deal with even more training because these two are taken out. Also, I love the fact that these people, besides these two, which he gets introduced in the training arc, these two just leave and come back because after after the initial sort of like registration, these two leave. Then they come back during the assessment and all that stuff. And only until the final sort of thing, which I'm coming to later, he comes back and he doesn't. So you have half the show where you have him coming in and out, and it was like, oh, I thought you might see him a bit more. Which I could realize. Like, you see the spiders come in, maybe he tracks them somehow, and then they do this thing with the bugs and the spiders. I don't know. But he doesn't, which is fun. As an idea, like, they build him up, and then like he leaves, he does his own thing. Which is good. Like, sometimes you don't need that. The one thing I like, which is very stupid, there's one character who I like, which later on, when they sort of go back, you're dealing with human animal hybrids, and a lot of the designs are so cool. Especially like there's a penguin one who dies earlier on, which is sad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the other one, there's this one that's sort of a cat-like, and yes, a cat-like humanoid design. I have a thing, shut up. There's a lot of shows that have that, and like, there's even one anime that I'm watching now that has that, and I'm like, yeah, that is an amazing character. Yeah. Shut up. But one of the things is that, like, I'm like, yay, let her live. She's a horrible human being and most likely a psychopath. I have bad taste in people. Jeez. I'm like, I just be like, oh no, he's a serial killer. And then I go to anime, it's like, please, I would like to meet you and hug you. And she will most likely kill me and hypnotize me. Why am I like this? This is probably the only time where I'm being like, yes, to a character. But yeah, I also like the way that it ends, which is sort of anticlimactic. It's sort of Z's, which is like, you realize how messed up the big leader of the Hunter Association is. And the last one is a voting one, which one, I love the Zodiac design. That is so cool. Also, will there be another Zodiac for the rat? I don't know. I have questions. And yeah. Also, the other thing I like is just overall, at the end, throughout all of this, he meets his dad, and then he has a conversation, and it's so awesome. So yeah, that was a lot. So yeah, it was a lot because I watched this. This is good. So I 100% recommend for you to watch this. So yeah, having that all being said, having that long ass thing, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked. And yeah, good night.